People who fear love and connection are not broken or emotionally cold. They are shaped by a history where closeness once felt unsafe. You don't fear intimacy because you don't want it. You fear it because at some point, love demanded too much, arrived inconsistently, or came with emotional consequences you were not equipped to survive. So you adapted. You learned to self-contain, to rely on yourself, to stay composed, to need less. What once protected you now quietly isolates you. This is the core paradox. The same emotional distance that kept you safe as a child now prevents you from feeling fully alive as an adult. Psychologically, this pattern is often rooted in avoidant attachment and emotional neglect, where caregivers were physically present but emotionally unavailable, dismissive, or overwhelming. The nervous system learned that expressing needs led to disappointment or intrusion, so it rewired itself for independence and hypervigilance. Love became something to manage rather than trust, and connection something to control rather than surrender to. Over time, this creates a body that stays alert even in safe relationships, a mind that anticipates loss before it happens, and an identity built around self-sufficiency. The emotional cost is subtle but profound. You trade authenticity for stability, depth for control, and longing for safety. You don't grieve loudly, you detach quietly. You may succeed, appear calm, and be praised for your strength, yet feel untouched by life, as if watching it through glass. Philosophers like Jung warned that what remains unconscious becomes destiny, and Seneca wrote that armor eventually becomes a prison. Because when you numb pain, you numb joy as well. In adulthood, these early adaptations show up as difficulty receiving love, intellectualizing emotions, rigid boundaries that function more like walls, delayed grief, and self-worth tied to not needing anyone. These are not flaws. They are coping mechanisms that once worked. Healing does not require forcing vulnerability or dismantling your defenses overnight. It begins with safety, through inner child work that reassures the part of you that learned to disconnect, shadow work that reclaims buried tenderness, and nervous system regulation that teaches your body that closeness no longer equals danger. You are not afraid of love. You are afraid of losing yourself again. And the goal is not to be fixed, but to become whole.